Berninger for a variance request for property located at 210 Pleasant View Road, Pennsylvania.
Thank you, guys, appreciate it, getting this, hearing up so quick too. What I'm looking to do is, sort of like what they wanna do, but a little bit bigger scale. It'll be a 50 by 136 building. I do have over an acre lot, and on both sides, the building would fit in there. As per se, Harold Ivy, he came,
Sure.
and he went down there and did the measurements, and he said that was the perfect, it would be a good size. And it would be way in the back of the, property line, so it would be no seeing the building from the street at all. I got pictures of the property if you wanna look at it.
George is familiar with this
Well,
property.
Yeah,
So here was,
This is his grandma.
it's been empty for
here's
so
some
long.
pictures.
Yeah.
There's a tree line,
6
there's
years
no
this
neighbors
month.
in the back. There's a tree line.
Oh, wow, how across the street from 215.
I need you to be quiet because they
Way in the back of the
Zero behind
property line from the house. And what I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to rehab this house that I bought, for my son. And put the building materials and stuff in there for storage too.
Now, are you looking for a variance from the permitted 180 square feet to 6,000 square feet? Is that what you're looking for?
Altogether would be 6,800 square,
6,800.
6,800 square feet.
Okay.
I already got the approval from Harold and from the township to build, that size building, but just got rescinded.
Yeah.
And I did spend a lot of money already cleaning the property up, and,
Okay, and are you looking for a variance from the setbacks also, or are you going to build it, because you mentioned that you're gonna put it back towards the property line?
no, the setbacks is no big
That's
deal,
fine.
cause it's,
Okay,
yeah, there's plenty of room for whatever setbacks I need.
Is this mainly gonna be for storage,
Yes, sir,
your garage,
yes,
no
sir,
kind of business or anything?
no, sir.
I ain't got a problem with that.
Hmm?
I don't have a problem with that.
okay, Tammy, do you have any questions for the applicant?
I do not, just for the record, when you did fill out his zoning application, which was dated May 6th of 2024, it says on there the proposed use of storage of building equipment, boat, vehicles, quads, and other.
So is this a use variance also?
No,
Just a mention,
he's using
okay.
it for his own personal storage, it's not a business.
All right. Okay, any questions from the board? Okay, are there any comments from the public?
What are you gonna do with the house?
Rehab it, fix it up.
And you're never gonna put a business in there, like
No,
everybody
no.
heard you're putting a business in there?
No,
Nothing at all?
And can I get your name in?
Pardon me?
Can I get your name?
Mary Ann Franz,
F-R-A.
and Z. I have a question
for the board.
You do?
I'm just curious, from past experience, when did it change, when did the size of the buildings, 10 by 18, you say anything bigger, you need a variance, when did that change? Or when has that been in effect?
So that would have changed whenever the township adopted the zoning ordinance, okay?
Okay, do you know when that was?
It could have been, when did community township have zoning? A lot of agricultural communities don't even have zoning. A lot of them, started adopting zoning ordinances in the 60s and 70s.
That was several years ago.
Yeah, it was
Well,
long.
I'm just saying, cause
Yeah.
I know people who,
Yeah,
who have built buildings that are bigger than 10 by 18 and,
Well, the last meeting we had, I questioned that, that's not a very big building.
yeah,
You don't build
that's a
garage,
shed,
Yeah,
you
no,
know.
you can't fit a car in a 10 by 8.
Yeah.
So. the
But I'm
zoning-
just saying, I know that there's people who have done that
right.
in this township, and I just am curious. I know, I never got a notice for a variance hearing for that building.
So it depends on what zone they're in also. If it's R1 or if it's industrial, if it's a commercial, because they're all
Yeah.
different.
Well, it's right across the street from me.
And you know what year?
I'm on
Is it
Pleasant
maybe-
View, right next to his
Do
property.
you know what year it happened?
What?
Do you know what year it was built? Because if that person did not get a variance, then they would be in violation.
I don't know, probably maybe 5 or 6 years ago.
Okay. Well, we'll look into it.
I'm just curious, I'm not trying to cause trouble for people.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering why some people can do things and other people have to come here before you guys for variance.
Well, they may have came and done that then. I was on the board.
I would've, should've got a notice,
You should have, yeah.
The other issue is the enforcement also.
yeah.
So we have a zoning officer now that, is a different person than the person that you dealt
Yeah.
with, and that was for a reason. Just leaving it.
Yeah, okay, I'm just,
Okay.
Okay.
You guys wanna mention?
Question. Has it changed, when I went to put a piece of, house up on Pleasant View, I was told I had to be 50 feet from each one of the property lines. Because it was, we tore down a house that was right beside the road on Pleasant View. And when I went to put something else in, they told me at this time up here, which is probably about 10 years ago, I had to be 50 feet from each one of the property lines. And any variance, I had to get each one of the neighbors to say it was okay. Is that,
So for a variance, you don't have to have the neighbor's consent, it's just the authorization of this board. The setbacks would depend on what district, what zoning district that you're in.
Nope.
I don't know,
it was a house.
yeah, I don't know if it's R1 or R2 or whatever, but I can get you an answer.
Okay,
I don't know
cool.
what the setbacks are. And what's your address?
215 Pleasant View.
And what's your name, sir?
James Miller.
Yeah, I didn't know 50 feet. I thought,
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
no,
That's a
It's kind of
lot.
weird.
50 feet from the back of the lot and 20 from what we've
See,
been
that's
told.
why
50 feet
I've
from the
got-
back, 20 feet on either side, and
I've gotten
At least
different, that's why
15 from
it didn't
the
make
road.
sense.
Can't walk over each
Okay,
other.
we will get you an answer, and I'll send you a
Thank you.
letter.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Anything else from the public? Okay.
Hi, my name's Lucy Taylor. I purchased the house on the other side of Eric in February of this year. Our driveways are kind of side by side. I'll be honest, my concern when I thought about it, if it was going to be deemed commercial or a business, that would be a lot of traffic sitting out on my side. Now, Eric is aware you got a building a couple feet on my property that you said you're going to remove. It's falling down in bad shape anyway. I don't have a problem if it's for family use. And I don't have a problem as long as there's no noise, big trucks, ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. As I said, it's very close, and my concern is the traffic would be going through other than normal family traffic. And as long as it's not commercial, there's not a, big business going next door, it's none of my business then, that's his family. People have a garage, I have a garage.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's what I just asked, who in business, he said no.
Yeah, there are two types of variances, so there's a use variance and a dimensional variance. So a dimensional variance is, I wanna build a house 20 feet off the property line, but there's a 50-foot setback. Well, you can
Yeah.
apply for a dimensional variance, and as long as we grant it, move and impede on the setback. A use variance is, I wanna do a commercial activity in a residential zone. And the board can approve doing a different use in a different zone, but in this application, it is only for dimensional, not for use. So
Mhm.
you would only be permitted to use the property for residential purposes. That makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Okay.
That's fine with me.
Okay, anything else from anybody?
Neighbors don't have a problem, I make a motion, go ahead and do it.
Okay, we have a motion, do we have a second?
I guess I'm the second.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.